Hello and welcome to my channel, So Sweet Samuel. Today is the 28th of November 2022 and this is episode 16 of my channel, and this is just a pre-vlogmas warm-up. So I'd like to say a really big thank you to all my returning subscribers and a massive thank you to all my new subscribers. I've had quite a few new subscribers in the last 3 or 4 weeks, so that's lovely to think so many more of you are stopping over to have a chat and a catch up. So this won't be a very long vlog. Oh, here comes trouble. hello. So grab yourself a cup of tea or coffee, or if you're watching it later in the day, maybe a different tipple, and let's see what I've been up to since I last saw you. Do you want to come up here? Do you want to come say hello, Milo? Milo, come say hello. He was asleep, but okay. So I've got a few finished objects. Oh, he's going to eat his biscuit, hopefully. So, oh, I've got a catchy nail. I've finished my pair of socks for my husband. So just to prove, oops, there are 2 socks for him. Oh, here we go. Milo. And this is knit in the West Yorkshire Spinners, and I think it's the owl colourway. Milo, don't be silly. So they were fairly quick to knit, actually. The thing I found the hardest, it just seemed the last inch of the foot before, was it the last inch of the foot or the last inch of the leg, or maybe both of them, but I know definitely the foot before I was doing the decrease seemed to take forever, that inch, and then and then doing the toe decrease just seemed to take 101,000 years. And I might be exaggerating slightly, but not much. But I've been taking my socks along to knitting on a Saturday and on a Monday evening as well, just to get some more knitting time in. But I'm getting quite fast at them now. And even though these are obviously a lot bigger for a man. So I'm doing him another pair now, which I'll show you in whips in a minute. But I'm going to see if I can find a different toe, because on this pattern I decrease every 4 rows to row 16, and then it's then I do row 16 and then row 18, and then continuously until I get down to 10 or 12 stitches on each needle. But I'm going to see if I've got a quicker toe decrease, because I'm just fed up of decreasing toes all the time. But I think they're quite nice. And I don't know if I said before, but Mark, my husband, has been living and dying in his socks continuously. The one pair I'd knitted him, he has just been wearing all the time. So that's quite nice, actually, that he has enjoyed now wearing them. And wants more. So yeah. So next up, I've got a really catchy nail and it's really annoying me. I think I'm just going to have to cut it off. Hold on, bear with. I don't want it catching on yarn. So the next thing I finished, I showed you this as a kit before I started it. And then I sat and did it the other day when I was talking to my friend Kay on here. And the only thing I need to do to it, he's got a little round nose to go on him. Little bead, but you have to stick that on with super glue, and I'm not trusted with super glue. So, and then I can glue his hat onto his head because his hat keeps moving. But here is Santa. I think he's ever so sweet, and he's got his little hat on with his little bell. And I actually made him while I was talking to my friend Kay, and also while I was listening to an Audible book called The Boy Called Christmas, which I think was out as a film last year, but I listened to it as an Audible book, and I will watch it as a movie this year because I just loved the book. It was so lovely. I know it's a children's book, but I don't care. So all I've got to do then is just get Mark to glue his little bead onto for his nose, because I'm not trusted with super glue. I would end up stuck to him. But he was lovely to make. Yeah, he's really cute. And he stands over here. There's a little tree thing. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, can you see there's a little tree? There's a card with a tree on, and there's a little tree there as well. So he stands there next to him. So he's quite sweet. Next up, we've got some more red work. Now these are all finished. I just need to stuff these. So I will stuff these this afternoon. So I will show them to you again on Vlogmas. But they are all done. So there's a little Christmas cake cushion. I mean, it's very tiny. Really, it's going to be like a pin cushion, but I will stand it over there with all the other little bits I've made. So that came out of Mandy Shaw's advent calendar last year. Very quick to make, very simple. So I've just got to stuff that and sew that up. So that's done. And then again, these are finished. And again, I just need to stuff them. So I've got 3 little cushions. I've got the reindeer one, the snowman one, oh, with a thread hanging, and Father Christmas. Milo, shh. So they're not very big. Oh, I pulled out all my rickrack there. I've just literally finished doing them, put the machine away, and I haven't finished turning them out properly. So I need to make sure I've turned them all out properly before I stuff them, make sure the rickrack is coming out before I stuff them. But they're cute, aren't they? So Santa, a snowman, and good old Rudolph. So these were a Mandy Shaw kit. I bought it as a kit. So it came with all the fabric, all the felt, the fusible interfacing that you draw these onto. So it came with everything you needed. The only thing mine didn't have in the kit, and it was obviously just an error. I didn't have any red rickrack, but I just went to my local haberdashery and just got some rickrack. So I just need to now poke out all the corners nicely, and then I will stuff those later on and sew up the backs, ladder stitch up the backs. That's really good. Works in progress. So I've got another sock going on for Mark. Oops. I'm not sure whose yarn this is, whether this is West Yorkshire Spinners as well. I've got a feeling it is, but I can't guarantee it is. But it's a really nice colour, and it's knitting up beautifully. It's really lovely. So I think I'm probably an inch away before I start doing my toe decrease, and I have only done the one so far, but hopefully I need to get, well, not hopefully, I need to get that finished as a Christmas present. So he's got 2 pairs for Christmas, and then his birthday is straight after Christmas. So I've got another ball of yarn that I will knit up for him between Christmas and New Year as a pair for his birthday as well. But I only started that, when did I start that? Did I start that last Wednesday, I think? Definitely wasn't Thursday. So I've got a feeling I started that sock last Wednesday, and I haven't had a lot of knitting time this weekend with my poor mummy's been very poorly and she's in hospital. So I've been sort of worried about her and looking after my sister who's not very well as well. So I haven't had a great deal of knitting time this weekend. I've probably done half a dozen rounds, if that. I've not felt like it. You know, my head's not been in the right place, but I've seen my mum now. She went into hospital on Friday. Obviously, I saw her on Friday, but I was allowed up to the hospital yesterday to see her. So that's put my mind at rest a little bit, and I will go up tonight while Samuel's dancing. We're going to do a parent handover at dancing, so when Mark finishes work he'll come and take over from me, but the dancing venue is secure anyway, so he's having a private festival, so I can just leave him there. They're happy for that. Next up, now we had a leak on our flat roof, sort of in our utility area and our larder area. We had a leak, and Mark thought he'd cleared it last week because he'd cleared out all the guttering. We thought that was causing the problem. But yesterday when I was in the larder cupboard getting out cereal for Samuel, we discovered the leak was still happening as I got a free shower and a free hair wash while I was in there. So we had to empty out all the larder cupboard. It's got 2 sides to it. So the left hand side has all food, and the right hand side has like cookware that's not used very often, like so big turkey plates and big turkey trays and everything, and baking tins and boxes and things. So I dragged it all out and we've swapped over the two sides. So I've now got my food on the right and all the bakeware on the left. So the leak is coming from the left, so at least things aren't going to ruin on that side as much as like food and boxes and so on. But while I was in there, I found a skein of yarn that my niece Gemma had given me many years ago. And I wasn't really into skeins of yarn then. Wash my mouth out with soap and water. And hello. Wasn't really into skeins of yarn then. You're going to say hello to everybody, Milo? Say hello. No, I don't want kisses. Just be a good boy. And the thing that confused me, so it's by Truly Hooked, and it's called Moulin Rouge. Say hello to everybody. But the thing that confused me and made Gemma laugh was it says single sock. So I said to her, well, what is the point of that if I'm only going to be able to get one sock out of it? That is just ridiculous. She did inform me that you could actually get two socks out of it, obviously. Right, you're being a menace, eh? You're being a menace. You're going to sit there. You sit there. Sit next to Mummy. Good boy. Sit next to Mummy. So I found this. So that's really good. So this skein of yarn has been lost for years. And despite only being a single sock, you can apparently get two socks out of it. So I was really pleased to find that because it's a really pretty colour. Or colourway. So it's called Moulin Rouge, 100% superwash merino single ply. Oh, so can I get socks out of that? Or is that more lace? Is that more of a shawl? I don't know now. I think I can do socks out of it. Yeah, so I'm going to go with that. But I might see if I can find a nice contrast of something. No, will you take it? Sorry, he wants to take a sweetie into the lounge. In you go. Good boy. Here you go. Oh, I stood up then. I said I'm wearing my Clarendon sweater by Amy Loudon of Dandelion and Dogwood for Littlest Tailorette. Milo, stop, please. I love this. It's so cosy and warm. And this is just knitting very cheap yarn. Milo, shh. What's the matter? Come here. Come here. We've got a like an ornamental stag in the lounge, not very big, but Milo doesn't like it, so he's in there currently shouting at him. Okay, I'm going to leave that for a minute. So next up I want to show you, so like many of us crafters, a lot of us keep planners and things, don't we? And I like the dot grid planner, and that's where I've been ticking off today because this planner's obviously coming to the end. Oops. This planner's obviously coming to the end, and I have a new one that I will share with you in Vlogmas. But I've planned out for December, so I'm just going to show you my pages for December. So I've got December front page. I love this car with a tree. I would love to make something like a cushion. Maybe I'll do that next year or over Vlogmas. I've got a calendar for the month of December, a to-do list just with stickers on this time. Christmas movies. I must admit I have already started watching some trashy Christmas movies. I'm doing Advent swap with my friends. So I've got a page there to write down what I received in my Advent swap with my friends. So that's that one. And then I've got, oops. Normally I just do a month at a view, but I've done a whole grid with these great big fat stickers that are a bit of a pain. And in there, I've started listing down what I'm going to share with you over Vlogmas. So I've got up to day 8, and then I'll have to have a think again what else to do. And then I've also got my Advent knitting and crafting plans, and I've done a very simple tracker. I stole this off of a friend. So I've got numbers 1 to 25 across the top. I've listed down all my different Advents I've got, and I've got a key, so I'm going to give it a tick when I've opened it. And I've got this really fantastic pen called Clean Colour Dot. It's fantastic, and it just has a really neat dot. So when I've used it, I'm going to dot as well. So I have been very lucky this year. I have got the Green Lambikin Yarns Advent. I've been buying that. Suzanne from the Green Lambikin Yarns, she starts releasing that I think in March, and you can choose to buy a 10 or 20 gram Advent, and you pay for it monthly, and every month you get sent three little bags with your yarn in. And I put that straight away. I can't think what the theme is. I think it's something musical, but I'm not too sure. But that makes it more affordable. If you're thinking about buying an advent calendar for yourself next year, that makes it far more affordable, because you're only paying, I think it's £10 or £12 a month, which is much more affordable, isn't it? So I'm definitely having that one again next year. I went for the 10 grams. And I've decided I'm going to try and knit that up every day and knit myself a very scrappy cowl. I know Paula from Stitched by Mrs. D did the same thing last year, so that's what I'm going to do. I also brought myself the Fibre Fox Advent socks. So it was 2 skeins of yarn, 50 grams each, and a 20 gram mini. I have already opened that, and I have already skeined up the balls because I want to get that started soon, but I'm not going to share any spoilers with that now. But I am going to be knitting my cuffs in the contrast yarn quite soon, as in probably as soon as I finish the socks for Mark. You're meant to then knit 1 stripe a day. I don't think I'm going to do that. I think I'm just going to knit until I'm bored. I'm going to maybe spend, while Samuel's having his breakfast in the morning, I'm going to spend that 20 minutes before I take him to school knitting. Maybe when I get back from taking him to school, when I've done a few jobs, hoovering, washing, preparing dinner and etc., I'll maybe spend another 20 minutes just knitting on it. And I'm going to knit the 2 socks. If I can find 2 pairs of circular needles, which I will be able to, I'm going to knit those concurrently. I've then got my Advent swap I did with friends. So I am part of a Zoom group and Discord group on Patreon with Lucy from This Nanny Knits and Karen from Knitting and the Labradors. There's 20 of us all together, and we meet every Friday night. Some of the girls have all actually met up in person. We've got, most of us are in the UK. We've got one lady who's in America, Debs, and then obviously Karen and one other lady are in Scotland, and the rest are spread around the country from Guernsey all the way up to Scotland. So some of the ladies have met. Some of them met up a couple of weeks ago in London on a yarn shopping crawl, and some of the ladies, most of the ladies, are going to Amsterdam in March. Unfortunately, I can't commit to anything like that due to health reasons and family reasons, but we did an Advent swap. So I've swapped with Debbie, and we swapped 10 grams each, and I'm hoping to make a cow out of hers as well. I will open all my Advent calendars every day on the vlog, but I will probably not knit her one up until the new year. So I will open it and show you. I was then extremely lucky to win the Dandelion and Dogwoods Advent calendar. It is beyond beautiful. The packaging, the box, the packaging is absolutely gorgeous. So I will open that one up, but I won't be knitting that until I've really worked out what I want to do. And finally, I have the Midnight Diary Advent calendar, and I've also got a 10 gram one from Gemma. That is a musical themed one as well. I will open that one up as well on my vlogs every day, but again, I won't be knitting that one up straight away. So I will open it and then I'll just pop it back in. That's presented in like a traditional Advent calendar, you know, when you've got the little windows. So that's really sweet. And then the other thing I've got that isn't knitting is I've got Stitchy Doodles Advent calendar. I've got one there that I did last year that I do show you in my very first vlogs. It's every day you get a tiny piece of embroidery to do on, it's called Solvay, and it's a sticky fabric that you stick onto your fabric. You then sew through that, and then at the end of the stitch along you dissolve all the Solvay. It's like a glue, and you get a beautiful finished product, which is there. I've got that again this year. Again, I'm not going to give any spoilers, but if anybody else has the Stitchy Doodles, I advise you do open it before Thursday, and you need a heat erasable pen, because you need to number up on the fabric where each piece of stitching will go. There is a piece of A4 paper in there that shows you which one goes where. So it's not a case of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's not in order. They're all in different order. Last year was the first year it was done. So it was the first year, obviously, I did it. And some of them, shall I get it and show you? I have shown you before, but let me show you again. So this is last year's one, which I think you will agree is lovely. So some of them, like this was obviously the last one, 24, but even things like this, the holiday, the angel, the tree, Santa. Some of these took a long time. They're meant to be achievable in sort of 5-10 minutes, but some of them did take a lot longer to do. I changed the colour of my car. My car should have been yellow, I believe, but I wanted the traditional red. And my Christmas pudding should have had a blue bottom. So I just got some brown yarn and a brown thread and did that myself. But that is gorgeous. So I have looked, and I don't want to say anything. I don't want to spoil it for anybody. But I know that this year it does look, all the little stitches are all the same size. So it is far more achievable to do in a day. So that might be my little project that I'll do after lunch, and then I'll show you that the next day when I've done it. So as I said, I am going to be starting vlogmas on Thursday. I hope to be able to do it every day. Obviously depends on my mum and how she is, but I hope to, even if it's just opening my advent calendars. I do also have the Bon Mama Jam advent calendar that I've got for the second year. Yeah. So my Vlogmas makes, I have also brought the Knit Vent 22 pattern pack. I can't now think who that was by. I want to say somebody Stewart, but I don't think it was her. That's really bad, isn't it? But I think there was 5 or 6 makes that you could do. So there was a blanket that would use all of your advent calendar. There was a hat, there was a cow, there was a scarf. Oh no. A blanket, a hat, a scarf, socks. Was there mitts? And there's one other, I think there's 6. But lots of people have been given lots of ideas of different things to do. But I do want to knit them all up. I am on a yarn ban now. Saying that, I have just come home from seeing my sister, making sure she was okay. And I had some happy mail. So I have been making lots more. I've done altogether now, I've done another 3 hot water bottle covers, so all the hexes are sewn together. I'm in the process of doing another one. I think I need to sew glue a few hexes together to do that one. So that'll be 4, and then I need to do another one that'll be 5. Yeah, if I can get 5 made, which I will, I can get these 2 other hexy bits all put together this week. Then I can put them all together, and the putting them together doesn't take too long, so I can do that, and they'll be Christmas presents. But I did order from Jules of So Sweet Violet. I did order some more hexes now. They've just come. I know you take them out the middle, but I was leaving mine in until I'm ready to iron them flat. Oh, dear me. Can't open this. Oh, there we go. Ugh. So this should just be my hexes. Jules is ever so quick at sending things to you, but unfortunately we've had a mail strike again in the UK, and things have not been arriving. So I just ordered 4 packs. So I just ordered 4 little packs of hexes from her, and she sent me some little chocolate coins. It's lovely. Jules is lovely. I like her. So each pack has 50, so I've got 200 hexes here, so that's more than enough because I'd originally ordered 3 packs from her. So I've got 200, 350 hexes altogether, so I have got plenty of hexes now. And then the other thing, my friend Kay is an enabler. Yes, you are, Kay. She messaged me last week to say that White Gecko, who is a bricks and mortar shop in Wales and also an online shop, and they do lots of YouTube things as well. They were having a really good sale of Yarn Recreate, Stylecraft Recreate. So I went on there and let me tell you, I brought 5 balls of Sky. This was down to £1.98. Well, they've got it marked up here for £4 a ball. I got that for £1.98. So I got 5 balls of blue and I got 5 balls of the cream. So including postage, I've got 10 balls of yarn, and including postage, that cost me £23.05. So I would like to make myself another one of these, probably in the blue, and then what's it called? What was the one I did? Clarendon by Amy Loudon. I might do that in the cream. So I just need to work out I've got enough yarn. I think I have, because do you remember I was knitting that pink jumper, which I am still knitting, but it's in the naughty corner. It's down there in a cupboard in the naughty corner in disgust, because I just can't get on with it. Yeah, I've got plenty. I've got way over 1,500 metres of each. So I've got plenty. So I'd done my Clarendon sweater in the blue, so I'm going to do the Clarendon in the cream, and I'm going to do another Whitmore in the blue because it's so lovely. I love this yarn, and I really hope that it's not being discontinued. The fact that it's gone down to half price, less than half price on White Gecko, I really, really, really hope it's not being discontinued, because it's recycled, as I've said to you before. It's lovely and soft. It goes a long way. So these balls are 300, I just had it then, 350 metres. So I've got 5 balls. I've got 1,500, 1,600, 1,700, 1,750 metres. So I should have plenty. But what I'm going to do, because they're both knit top down, I'm going to knit the yoke, then I'm going to knit both sleeves, and then I know whatever I've got left is for the body. So yeah, that's the plan for that one. So I'm really chuffed that they've come, but that won't be started this side of Christmas. I'm hoping we're going away to my brother-in-law's. He lives in Lincolnshire, and we're hoping to go up to him between Christmas and New Year. Obviously, again, dependent on my mum and everything. But if we do, then maybe I'll take the blue one to do the Whitmore again. And last but not least, I also, on my journey to emptying out my larder cupboard yesterday, I found an elf I'd knitted. Now, when Sammy was a baby, I knit about 20 of these, and I used them in schools when I was teaching schools. Other teachers with me brought them as well to have in their class as elves on the shelves. And I've got this one here that I found at home, and I know I've got another 2 at my mum's house. He's got a lovely little bell on his hat. He hasn't got any bells on his shoes, but he can do. And I was just wondering, I know I've definitely got him, and I might have 2 more at my mum's. And if anybody was interested in purchasing him from me, I'm happy to sell him for £25, and that will include postage and packaging. If you'd like bells added to his little toes, I'm more than happy to do that. It will be first come, first serve. So if anybody's interested in him, let me know. He is quite tall. I would say he's, oh, I have a tape measure. He is, I'm going to say he's 30 centimetres in height. So from the tip of his toes, he's 40 centimetres to the 44 centimetres if you hold his hat up like that. So he's 44 centimetres. He's very, very securely sewn together. Samuel has had his elf on the shelf since he was probably 2. Obviously as a baby he didn't really take much notice of it. It's only been in the last couple of years he's really been interested in it. But sadly our elf, who is Green Toes, has been retired now and is living with us full time. So if anybody's interested in this one for definite, he's available for £25 including postage and package to the UK. Obviously if you are abroad then I will have to work out the cost of sending him abroad. And a possibility there are 2 more at my mum. I know when I went and cleared out my classroom last December, I brought 2 home from my classroom. So for now, I'm going to sit him up there with my, where is he? I can't point, can I? Oh, up there somewhere, that corner. I've got my fat Christmas pudding, and I've got my drunk turkey, and I will show you those over Vlogmas as well. I will show you some of my makes over Vlogmas. My mum made the Santa. That's Paula's and Stitched by Mrs D's Advent Bear from last year. And behind me on this white tree here is lots of makes that I've done as well. So if you're interested, I'll show you those over Vlogmas. So it's been lovely catching up with you. Hopefully this will upload quite quickly. And I look forward to spending Christmas with you. So I won't see you before Thursday, but I will catch up with you all on Thursday and we'll start opening my advent calendars. I do not know how I've been so good. Oh, because I've also got Paula's advent calendar as well, and that's 12 days. So in theory, I should open that every other day, but like that's going to happen. I'm going to be opening that every day. So, okay, I will see you all in a couple of days' time. Make sure you join me with a cup of tea and some knitting or sewing or something crafty, or a mince pie, slice of Christmas cake, whatever you fancy. And I'm also going to try and maybe bring Samuel along to one of these Vlogmases and see whether he wants to have a chat about things we do for Christmas, our little traditions and things. So I'll see you in a couple of days. Bye.